friend of mine just finished reading a biography of Charles Dickens. And one of the things he discovered was that Dickens had sort of a dark, sort of a shadow side, that there were things about his character that were questionable. But then again, all good biographies expose things like that about people, because after all, who of us lives an unblemished life? And Dickens was no different than anyone else. But sometimes the dark shadow side becomes the focus of some people's lives. We often hear, of course, as you know, that there are people, whether there's celebrities of many kinds, whether it's sports or movies or religious leaders, that they have a fall of some sort. And then we throw our hands and we say, well, who can we trust anymore? Maybe we should look to the Bible. Maybe it's in there that we find people with moral, virtuous lives that we can follow. Say Abraham. But no, Abraham, well, he lied. Maybe Moses. Oh, but Moses murdered. Maybe Jacob, but Jacob cheated. Oh, but David, adultery and murder as well, and maybe Peter, but Peter blasphemed. Well, it's not a book about great people. It's about a book about a great God who confronts all to live a magnificent life in relation to Him. It doesn't matter who they are. Well, Jesus confronts a man in the gospel. He's a crippled man, and people bring him to a pool, a healing pool, so that it's a possibility he might be healed. And Jesus knows that people have been bringing him on his mat there for 38 years. And when Jesus confronts him, Jesus says to the man, "Do you want to be healed?" Well, he has a response, "Well, I've been coming here for 38 years. People have been bringing me here on my mat, and no one will put me into the pool so I can be healed." Jesus listens to that. And sometimes we use our mat, or we use our circumstances in life to probably blame others, and I can't do anything because, well, people are against me, and so on. But again, Jesus has nothing of that. He just simply says to the man, "Do you want to be healed? Do you want to be whole? Do you want to live a rich and a full life?" And the man says yes. And so Jesus says, "Well, pick up your mat and walk." And he does. Many years ago, I sat in the office of one of my theology professors in Halifax, and I was pouring out my life to her and everything that had gone wrong, and I was blaming it on others and my circumstances and all of these things. And she listened to me for a period of time, and then she tipped her glasses to the edge of her nose. She looked over the glasses, she looked at me, and she confronted me with these words: "Okay, Jesse, it's happened. What are you going to do about it?" And I was taken aback. And then she confronted me once more. She said, "Maybe it's time, Jesse, that you got rid of your wooden leg." And in a way she was saying, "Look, do you want to be healed? Do you want to be whole? Do you want to live a rich and a full life? Well, maybe it's time for you to pick up your mat, Jesse, and maybe it's time for you to get on with it." So I say to you today, do you want to be healed? Do you want to be whole? Do you want to live a rich and a full life? Maybe it's time to pick up the mat. Not necessarily blame the world for our problems. Like Mom says sometimes, you got the poor me's. Well, maybe it's time to pick up the mat, live that rich, full life, and live it in relationship to Jesus, that magnificent life in a relationship to Jesus. Jesus is the answer, and if we live that life in Him, we can't miss. May you be blessed today.